So very randomly today, I have decided to accompany my mom on a trip to town to get her oil changed, just so she doesn't have to wait by herself in the lounge. And also use that time to go thrift shopping for books because I haven't been in a while, and so maybe they've gotten some new ones. And I happened to get a little bit of cash from some like distant relatives for Christmas, so $20 is a lot to spend on thrifted books. So I'm hoping I can find something fun today. It's just a random little, like, nothing vlog. I had no idea of what to do today, and I probably won't have a lot of B-roll or anything. It might just cut to me showing you what I bought. But we'll see. It's really cold today, so I'm dressed in my, like, big Baby Yoda sweater, so I can stay comfortable, and hopefully the sun will come out, because right now it just looks miserable outside, and I don't want to go. Look at this pretty girl. Oh, hello, Ludi. Were you helping me film a second ago? Yes? Oh, so gorgeous. Oh, you just had to show up. You just knew I was calling somebody else cute. Tacky. Actually, a really fun thing I got for Christmas that's not a book. My husband knows me so well. So now I match with my son. You can't sit with us. And I have to keep him away from Nimoy because Nimoy thinks this is his toy, and it's not. It's my son. Isn't that right? See? Look, it's a little hater. Ain't you, Nimoy? All these toys. And you still want mine. That's rude. For Christmas, I got my cats this very cute Christmas RV scratching post. And my daughter is eating it. Pepper, that's for everyone. It's not a snack. What are you doing? You're eating it. That's what your mouth did. You tore it to pieces. What are you doing? Honey, that's not how you use this toy. Just don't try to eat the cat tree we're going to make later, okay? You'll hurt yourself. Yeah, Knox, tell her. Like she's ripping it into bits, and you wanted to play in it. That's so rude. So rude, Pepper. Little goblin. My mom does not appreciate that I have brought my son with me. Come on. You know that's adorable. I'm sure the mechanic won't steal him.
Now they're just gonna laugh and talk about it for a damn week.
Well, good. That'll brighten their holiday season. That I brought my very cute son with me. It's time. Let's see what they got. So Joy has two sections, usually a youth and children's section, which is this one, and it is sparse. Oh, you should get that. But they don't have a lot today, so someone was coming and got a bunch of stuff. I did find this, which I read in high school, and it's about a girl who the guy she had a crush on died. Anyway, but it's cheap, so I'm gonna get it because why not? Why are there so many clowns? Who did this? Was that a dog? What is happening in here today? Do I need this massive men's sweater? Probably not, but it's very soft, so can't record in here long because they're playing copyright music. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't play it, but I hear the ending is kind of tragic. So I thought they weren't going to have a lot of books. They did have a lot of books, and I think they had a half-off sale that I didn't know about because it was a lot cheaper than it usually is, and I got other stuff too, but that's for later. I'm so mad he brought out that cart of books right when we were leaving. It's like he knew.
Like, you didn't get enough. Here's all the books we were saving in the back.
He's trying to get that monkey off her back.
I know. Well, he's like, gotta separate this girl from a $20 bill. So I guess I'll come back in a few days when those books are there. Except that one lady was standing there, like, picking through the books. She had, like, Goodreads up and was looking at titles. And I was like, calm down. I'm wondering if she was gonna sell them for, like...
Probably.
Because there were a lot of new releases in there. I was shocked.
Oh,
but
my goodness.
I think I did good for what they had. So...
I did good.
excited.
I came out with nothing.
I would have got you something if you found a book you wanted.
Nah. I need to read the one I've got.
That's true. You're a one at a time person. I forgot. I can't do that anymore. I got to read like 5 at once. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's either that or I'm behind in the class. So
my brain cells don't cooperate well with that.
I think we were successful.
So the other day, my husband was cleaning, and he found my flute, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! I haven't played that in years." And I thought, "Why don't I play it?" And I did. I realized I had forgotten pretty much everything I ever knew about flute playing, except for, like, subconsciously. I knew how to play the notes, but I didn't know what the note was. So I guess I'm going to have to reteach myself how to play flute. But in the process of doing that for, like, 30 minutes, I forgot that my dumbass is allergic to nickel. And so now I'm breaking out and, like, dry skin on my mouth, which is great. We love going into the new year with weird skin problems. I'm going to show you the haul from Enjoy. Pretty successful given the just sheer lack of books they had today. I was actually kind of shocked, but I think, you know, people probably ran through there right before Christmas, and they've probably been there in the last few days. I imagine after the new year, there might be like an influx of people getting rid of old books. I know I'm going to be getting rid of old books. And they had a cart, like I said, that wheeled out as we were leaving, and it was temptation to stay, but I think I did pretty good. Everything I'm about to show you, everything, the books and everything else that I got, cost $10.05. Like, you cannot argue with a place that does not know the value of the things they are selling. So let's look at the stuff I got. I did end up buying that little blue mug. I thought it was very cute. Oh, look at that sunbeam, like, perfectly placed. We love that. And it's a pretty hefty little mug. Ooh, I got some more. But it's a decent size. It's not too big. It's not too small. So that's a good, like, tea drinking mug. I also did get the eggplant, like, dish, trinket dish. It's probably just going to go on my shelf somewhere. I'll probably put, like, paper clips in it. Honestly, this will likely go to my school, like, teaching job in the future, just because that's hilarious. And I got one of those old school, like, jars that has the movie stuff on it, because this one's from a Goofy movie. So I got this for a friend of mine who likes a Goofy movie. I think I'm going to have to change position. Like, I know we're all satisfied with my background now, but because the sun is coming in the exact way it's coming in, everything's going to be in this little unfocusing ball of sunlight. So I'm going to change things up real quick, and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff I got. I also got this little, like, wooden apple. It's really soft and sanded, and it's like ombre, like red and gold and stuff, and I just really like it. And for 75 cents, shoot, I'll get a wooden apple. That's the problem with thrift stores. I mean, it's 75 cents. You don't think about it. And I did get that sweater. It's like super soft, and it's an extra large, and so it'll be a nice little wear around the house over leggings kind of sweater, which, you know, it's not that I need it. I really do need to get some, like, professional clothes since I'll be teaching soon, but I need to be able to try those on. It's much easier to get a big sweater that I know is going to fit and look nice than buy something that looks professional and doesn't actually fit. Okay, so let's look at the books I got. You've seen one. I ended up getting 20 Boy Summer. Like I was trying to say in the store, there were people everywhere. There were so many people, and I felt really uncomfortable, so I didn't say a lot. But 20 Boy Summer is about this girl who, she was in love with her best friend's brother, and he passed away. And so it's like a year later, and I think the main thing stems from she, like, has a new crush, and her friend is mad because she thinks that the main girl here shouldn't care as much about her brother's death as she does. It's like, you just had a crush on him. You weren't, like, his sister, and there's those best friend drama, which I'm not usually a fan of, but I think I remember liking this book, and it has to do with, like, red sea glass, which is, I think the main point is, like, that red sea glass is the most rare kind of sea glass that you can find. And I could never remember what this is, and I just remember what the book was earlier this year. It's been in my, like, to be read shelf on Goodreads, so I wouldn't forget it. So now I have a copy of it. I don't know if it'll hold up, but the next book is Code Talker by Joseph Bruchac, and it's about the Navajo Marines. Yeah, the Navajo Marines of World War II. I've been fascinated with that since high school when I learned that they used Navajo language as codes in World War II because it was like you could not crack it because it's not a language that has really accurate translations into other languages, and so it was a really easy code language. But that the Navajo men who spoke it and had to be the code breakers were very, very important. There's a movie about that that I watched that was really good, and I can't remember the name right now. But anyway, I'm interested to read about this. This has also been one that I've had like on a wish list on like Book Depository or something for a while. So that was really cool to find that for 50 cents. The next thing I got was Ignore the 297. This was 50 cents. Alex, approximately. I have the ebook of this. I did not have a physical copy. So I will probably put this in a classroom library because I think this is a really good little YA book. I think that Jen Bennett really gets into the heads of teenagers. I look forward to reading more of her stuff, but I am glad that I got a cheap copy of this. The next is pretty basic. I already have a copy of Night by Elie Wiesel. I think I got it at Enjoy, but this will probably go into my classroom library as well. Pretty much anything that I have like a second copy of goes to the classroom library because they don't give you money for books. So I also got Classic Tales of Horror by Edgar Allan Poe. Look at that cover. Isn't that cool? For 50 cents. So that's pretty neat. I think it has some of the basic ones. It says it has The Fall of the House of Usher and The Mask of the Red Death, but it also has some of the more like shorter short stories. And I don't know that it has any poems. It doesn't seem like it has poems in it. It's just the short stories. But I love this. And I'll probably keep this on my shelf because I have a collection of Poe's poems, like a small collection of Poe's poems, but I don't have any of his short stories. So I might keep this here just for now until I can find a copy that I'll send to the school. And now we're getting into ones that I'm like super excited I found. So this one is a nice hardcover edition of Paradise by Toni Morrison. I don't have enough Toni Morrison books. I think I just have Beloved and Bluest Eye, and that's it. And I haven't read a lot of her, and that makes me feel bad as a future English teacher. Like that's kind of the canon of like African American female voices. Her and like Zora Neale Hurston are like the voices. And so it feels wrong that I don't have more, and I don't have more of a background in that. And actually, I'm going to be doing my 2021 reading goals, and one of those is read at least one own voices or diverse read a month and read a classic, like canon book. And so this kind of covers that. I'm basically, if it's a story from a point of view that is not my own as like a white girl, then that's what counts. So the next book I found was Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Water Dancer, which I think is pretty recent, and this looks like a library book, which is weird. That's kind of strange. Yeah, this just came out last year. I remember seeing people talk about it with Book of the Month. It was one of the options, I think, last year, and I don't know anything about it. And I like it that way because then I can just be surprised by what it's about. But this was only $1. We love that. And the very last one is probably the most beautiful book I've held in my hands so far this year. It is Zora Neale Hurston's Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick. And I believe this is just a collection of her short stories that she published before she like hit it big with actual like her novels. And this is just, look at this book. Look at this book. And look at her being a badass on the back. Like, we stand. Oh, it's purple on the inside. That's cute. Anyway, I'm looking forward to reading that. Always a fan of a nice short story collection from a classic writer. And like I said, with Toni Morrison, I'd like to fill in my gaps with the African-American female voices of the sort of 1920s to like 1960s. I feel like there's a lot missing in my own history of having read them. We did not read them in my Southern Lit classes, which I think is kind of a lapse on my teacher's part, but to her credit, there is a lot more from African-American male writers of the time. So that was my thrift haul. Again, not bad. Not bad considering how few things they had there. But again, like I said, he rolled in that cart. Oh, the temptation's real. But I don't think I'm going to make it back there until after the beginning of the year. This week is kind of a weird time. Like, what do you do for the week between Christmas and New Year's? And the answer is like nothing. So I'm going to put these in my system, see if maybe I have room on my shelf for them. I might have to do an unhaul before I start doing that. So that might be a hint of a video that's to come. Until then, they can just live on my table. It's not like I'm doing anything with it, like writing lesson plans or, yeah. I need to do schoolwork.